Hello and welcome to the daily guidance for today is what? Thursday. Yes, Thursday. Okay, so I'm gonna start with these cards. Work your light. I'm still getting over some symptoms I've been getting for the past few days, but I'm feeling much better than I was yesterday. So let's see what message we come. Today I'm just going to use oracle cards and angel cards for the message. Okay. All right. Please give me a message for Thursday, December 15th, 2022. Woo. Keepers of the earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. Okay, so they're telling me to get another card. So some of you have people, you have help around you. Rest, retreat, and be held. So honestly, I feel like that's what's happening for me, myself, right? There's a healing happening, deep replenishment. This is necessary. Your angels, your ancestors are around you. They're holding you. They're helping you heal. So right now, it's almost like they're trying to get you to put certain things on pause, right? Like just hold off and wait. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, it will still be done, but it has a certain time where it will be done. So I feel like they're trying to get you guys to kind of like rest. Some kind of, there are some activations happening right now. Okay, guys, and for these kind of activations, you have to be still. It says deep replenishment. It's like you're being refilled. You're being held. Guys, retreat, rest. I feel like someone needs to hear that, and you're not alone. Your ancestors stand beside you. So this 12/12 portal on Monday, it brought in certain energies to help kind of like balance you, right? So allow yourself to rest and be held. That's basically it. Okay, so I'm seeing leap. So I feel like something's about to happen. Something's about to take off. Okay, this says leap. Because you are unbound. Wow. So what's happening is they're cutting, like anything that kept you down, it's no longer a factor. It's no longer relevant. It's not an issue. Some of y'all are being thrust into, I'm seeing someone being like pushed into a whole, like a space that's clear. I mean, it looks like nothingness. So to me, it means that you're creating. It's up to you what you create in this space that you're being moved into. One more card. The ever unfolding rose. It's so funny. I was just looking at this rose. And look at this. It kind of mimics these roses. Cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. So you're blossoming. You're blooming. This feels, it feels like it's exactly what you want. Even if it doesn't show up the way you pictured it. So whatever it is you've been trying to create, it's happening. It may not have happened and unfolded the way you wanted it to, but it's happening. It's time. So something here, something with these. Okay, let's see what else we get. Okay, you know what? Let's use these here. I just saw the courtship card. So some of you, relationships, you may be attracting stronger, better relationship partners. Or relationship partners that match your true authentic self is a better way to say that. Yeah, it keeps showing up in the split. And they're saying leap. Child is here. Okay, tell me more. Oh, that one flipped and then reflipped, but then it fell. Wealthy man and child. Some of you may, okay, so specifically, some of you may have met someone who has a child. What else? Someone who's not, okay. They're trying to get me to say something else. They don't want me to say that. So it's coming from a place you don't imagine this, right? So there's a relationship. It hasn't unfolded yet. The ever unfolding rose. It's not at its true potential yet. It's like your relationship is still a child. It hasn't grown up into the man yet. It hasn't been anchored. So some of you may be in a new connection, a new relationship, and it's still unraveling. It still has to go through the development stages, right? It still needs to mature. It needs to grow. High honor here. Be in a place of gratefulness, right? Excuse me. You want to be in a place of being thankful for whatever you're experiencing right now, because it's a high honor. Whatever you're experiencing is actually a good thing. Concern. So I do see some concern, some of you. Someone has concern. If specifically some of you are seeing someone who has a young child, I see some concern here. Somebody is thinking deeply about this connection. Anything else? Imprisonment. So someone may feel like they can't get out of a connection because of a child. Here, and I see a message here. So I don't know. That feels, for me, it feels like someone's making an important decision in a situation they may have been in. And they may be ready to do something that is out of the norm. Like, I feel like someone's going to do something out of nowhere. That's what I'm getting here. And you might receive a message that someone took an action that you didn't expect them to do. Someone's going to do something you don't expect them to do because they're ready to break out of prison. You know what? This matches that message I did for the masculine. There's concern. Concern develops right before the person breaks out. So this tells me someone's about to make a decision that has kept them bound. Wow. Because they're no longer bound. Someone's about to leap. And this is when they find their wealth. This is when they become the wealthy man. Okay. So someone who may have felt restricted because of children or family is about to do something out of the blue because they found something to be grateful for, something they hold at high honor. So they're about to, it's like someone jumping out of the sky. Someone's about to do something, leap. You go first, the universe will catch you. Concern, imprisonment. Interesting. Let's see. I'm trying to see which cards to use. Let's use this. Step out of your comfort zone. Just fell. We'll put it back. See if it comes back out. So let's generalize this. It's time to go. It's time to step out of it. It's time to just do it. Even with the concern, do it. The universe will catch you. It's telling you leap. You go first. The universe will catch you. You are no longer bound. Releasing soul contracts, or it says releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. You are no longer bound. This is the time. This is the time. Some of you, your wealth, your abundance is on hold until you break out of this prison, right? And for many of you, it's not a relationship. It could be something else. Let's see what we get here. Guidance from spirit. Just know it doesn't have to be something like an actual thing, a person, a job. It doesn't have to be that. For some of you, it's just, I no longer will believe this anymore. So it can be an idea, a concept, a belief, right? An emotion, right? Resentment, forgive, let go, leap. This will set you free. This will set you free. And for many of you, this is the only thing still keeping you in prison. Okay? All right, so we have balance, spirituality, and practicality. There's a balance trying to happen right now. And that's literally what this 1212 portal, it's balancing the two worlds, spirituality, the spiritual world and the practical world. Okay, now. Ooh, that was fast. Because there's a win-win outcast. Everyone wins. Everyone wins. It's like there's no losers. Here, everyone wins in this situation. I love how these cards are coming out today. It's the end of a tough cycle. That's where we're moving out of the hard part, y'all. In the next 3 months, it's going to really start feeling softer. Like, it's no longer going to be just the message. It's going to be your life. So we are approaching the end of the tough cycle. The end of a tough cycle approaches. So right here we have bring love into the situation. So, you know, this is how you can tell you're in the organic timeline. The way you can tell that you are in the organic timeline, like the natural timeline, the true timeline, that's going to allow you to create your destiny, not where your destiny is created for you, where you create your own destiny. It's when you are able, when you interact with people, you don't see them as apart from you, right? You can understand a person's point of view or why a person took an action without judging them. Even if you don't agree, at least you can understand. So this is no longer in the duality. You're more in the polarity, right? So duality says, you are this and I am that, and we are different and we're separate, and there's no way we can work. So it's that you versus them. It's that separation type of concept, or it's that separation system that we've been living in for the past, however long. Once you move to the polarity system, where it's like, I am this, and they are just another part of this that I am. So, since they're just a reflection of what I am, just being shown in a different way, I can embrace them. I can still send love to them. I don't agree with it, and I'm not there anymore, right? I used to be there, or I can understand why they're there. So I'm not judging them. I just don't align with that anymore. Therefore, I send them love, and hopefully, they'll grow through that, whatever they're experiencing. So there's a difference, right? It's like, I don't want to cancel them. I don't want to attack them and all that energy. It's more of, one day they'll grow. One day they'll see it. This is what they're experiencing now because it's necessary. I was there once. You're sending love. You're bringing love into the situation. This is when you're on the organic timeline. So if it's still a feeling like you have to go against something, if there's division, if there's like a lack of empathy for the other things you're experiencing, that's not the organic timeline. You're still shifting timelines. You're still jumping time. You're still trying to find the authentic you. Okay? All right, let's see what else we get. Your hard work is paying off. So they kind of still want you to keep going. Confidence is your key to success. So this says your hard work is paying off. It's the new moon in Capricorn. This one is the full moon in Capricorn, and this happens sometime in July. This one is going to show up in the first week of January. So for many of you, you're going to see some type of reward for your hard work. And rewards are coming in big ways. They're coming in small ways. As you receive your rewards in the small ways, be thankful. Be grateful, because it's only telling you there's more to come. These are just the little gifts on the way. Okay? The gift's going to show up. They will. And you will, how you respond to the little one, the little things, will set the stage for the big ones to come. So just be in that space where you are, accepting everything. Accepting everything as just a part of your journey and enjoying it, right? Okay, we're going to close off. Compromise. Yes, this is the balance. Learning how to see all sides and bring it together. Bring it as a whole. It's a balance. Compromise. That's what we're doing. So many of you, you're going to find yourself on some downtime. You're going to find yourself doing some downtime. And I was, last night in the intuition session, I was telling them I would have been recording the zodiac sign readings, but with this wave of energy that came through, I'm on downtime now. I see forgiveness. So some of y'all, this is what needs to be released. This is what needs to happen in order for you to be unbound. But compromise, seeing something halfway, being able to see another person's side. Okay? All right, I'm going to leave it there, y'all. I'm going to leave it there, and then we'll see what comes out tomorrow. Okay? All right, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.